Hey guys, I'll make a quick video today and talk about the 3 favorite items on my Amazon shopping list this year for helping us lose weight and why I think it's so critical. And we're gonna basically talk about how we're losing weight and the practical side of losing weight, right? Not just the microscopy of, oh, well, what are you doing with your calories and your carbohydrates and your macros? Like, just from a practical perspective, what's feasible for us, what is working for our schedule, and what's satiating. Because the number one impediment we have towards our weight loss and our health is cravings, unfortunately. Anyone who's tried dieting understands that not anyone, I mean, some people, very few exceptions, don't have to struggle with cravings. They adjust very quickly to a healthy diet. And a lot of that has to do with biochemistry, neurochemistry, and digestive health. So I think most of us are in the camp where cravings become a problem. So we're going to talk about that and just discuss what is the most helpful thing for us. So 3 things on our Amazon shopping list. Those are whey protein, rice cakes, and olive oil. Those 3 specifically, and I'll talk about why that is. So in general, we like to use a low carbohydrate diet, low sugar diet. That's what's helpful for losing weight, right? We want to lower our insulin, we want to lower our blood glucose, we want our metabolism to work well. And the best way to do that is usually just to go meat-based, right? If you want vegetables, go vegetables, whatever. I like, higher fat carnivore, like 20% fat, maybe even more sometimes, right? If you add in tallow, like just ground beef, steaks, whatever it is that floats your boat, you can do that. But that doesn't always work for people. We have schedules, we get cravings, and things don't always go to plan. So let's talk about the morning right away. First thing in the morning, you can't be eating a pound or 2 pounds of ground beef. Your digestive system is not there. A lot of times people eat eggs and stuff, but I think something that is very convenient and even healthier, I would say, than eggs, even though it has casein, small amounts of casein, is actually whey protein. Whey protein is very therapeutic. It's incredibly easy to digest. So just for perspective, animal protein takes about 6 to 8 hours to digest, while whey protein, if it's hydrolyzed especially, takes about 30 minutes to digest. So it's a completely different food. Even though it's protein, because it's whey, it has very water-soluble hydrophilic proteins, meaning the proteins love water. So when they go through your digestive system, there's a little bit of biochemistry, but they attach to water and they digest faster. They go through your endothelium faster. Whereas animal proteins are not necessarily the same way. They have to get broken down further and further by more of your pancreatic enzymes. And the whole process takes longer. So in the morning when your digestive system's not working, you use whey protein and you get that satiety really quickly and you get tons of available cysteine. So whey is special as well because it has lots of bioavailable cysteine, free cysteine that's not bound to other amino acids to the same degree. So what ends up happening is you can take that cysteine, combine it with glycine, and actually produce greater glutathione. And there's studies that found that whey protein will produce about, increase your glutathione stores up to about 20%, which is very significant. So you could take collagen and whey in the morning and increase your glutathione, lower your stress. I love it. It's a great little hack. It's a very quick, easy breakfast too. So it's a great way to find satiety as well, right? You don't want to eat Egg McMuffins. Like so it's more work too. Who needs that? You don't. So that's what I like to do with whey in the morning. And then, of course, like I'm talking about having ground beef or steak in the middle of the day, etc. And then let's talk about the end of the day. This is where we're all struggling, the end of the day. So ideally we eat that large fatty, protein heavy meal in the middle of the day, 4 or 5 p.m. Reason being because it's going to take about 4 hours to get the bulk of that digestion to occur. So by cravings time 8, 9, you're already basically getting satisfied from your previous meal. If you try to eat 7, 8, you're going to be hungry. And you're going to be like, oh my God, I need some sugar right now because my digestion is slow and I just ate. So it's like, it just doesn't work. That kind of routine schedule doesn't work. So let's say you eat early and it's working for you, that's good, but maybe not enough. So now this is where we like to introduce our carbohydrates. And even if you don't want to do keto carnivore, this is still very helpful because you should be replacing your carbohydrates mainly with starches. You don't want to be eating tons of fruit. Fruit is a fast way. It's a great for reducing stress, but it's a very fast way to initiate cravings, but then also feed fungal overgrowth. So fruit has tons of free available glucose and fructose that directly feeds candida and bacterial overgrowths in your gut. Whereas starches, they have to get broken down. They're basically break down into dextrins, and then dextrins are not very good fuel for bacteria. In order for that to turn to glucose, it has to get inside your brush border, go through your intestinal endothelium, and then that feeds you and not your bacteria. So that's why, like, when people have lots of sugar, that's when they get SIBO and all these messed up things. So we like rice cakes because it's starch, because it digests quickly too, so it spares a lot of your gut lining, and also because it's very convenient. It's very convenient. You can go on Amazon, buy it. It stores for a long time, and you don't have to cook anything at all. It's great. And then there's the double whammy. Now you have your olive oil. Let's say you're still hungry, you're still fat starved. Now you have your olive oil. You have it with the rice cakes. What I like to do is just dip the rice cakes in the olive oil. By doing that, by soaking your rice cakes in olive oil, you might end up with anywhere between like 500 to 750 calories of olive oil in your system. And that's after having about 250 calories of rice cakes. It does not take much or very long for you to have a ton of healthy fat in your system before you know it. And it's great because after that gets done, it basically kills cravings. It's a weird little chemical trick. The same thing is not going to happen with animal fat. I can't tell you why. It's not going to happen with animal fat. It's not going to happen with dairy fat. Olive oil, for whatever reason, is really good at killing cravings. And so when you take it in macro doses, it works really well. And then you add whey protein at the end of the day. Again, fast digesting, it's going to hit you really quickly. And so the satiety is going to be there. There's lots of leucine in there. It's going to activate mTOR. You're going to get satisfied basically super, super fast that way. And so you can do 1, 2, 3 scoops of whey, rice cakes, olive oil. Ideally, you just go whey, olive oil, salad, right? Salad, throw in some cucumbers, tomatoes. It's a little bit extra work, just try to drink the olive oil if you can, but you're really gonna probably wanna make a salad, throw some lemon in there, it'll be really easy. And then have that, and then when you're saying, oh my God, I need a banana or something like honey or orange, or you're looking at something like really bad, like some pizza, you say, okay, I know what to do now, right? This is like a protocol for you. Now you have your rice cakes, you say, okay, I have something, and then you dip it in the olive oil. Next thing you know, you had about 250 calories of rice cakes. You're like, well, I feel much better. And you're like, well, I still want more. Well, you can go up to 500. You can go up to 750. The goal is don't eat garbage. Don't eat stuff that's going to make you sick. You don't want to do that. You want medicine. And then I would recommend salsa too. Grab yourself some Kirkland, Costco organic salsa. It's just what I like. And there's another brand some other brands on Amazon. I'm sure you can find some organic stuff that's good. And then you can combine the olive oil rice cake with that too. And it tastes good. It's tasty. And it works. It works really well. So you'll find that the cravings are going to go away. Either that or they're going to be significantly diminished to the point where you might indulge in something very, very lightly. So like I, for example, thought I was going to go on a crazy binge because I had restricted myself for a really, really long time. I'm like, oh God, here we go. And this is just me being honest. I did that. I used that process. I had one banana. I was like, oh God, heaven have mercy. here comes the Cheetos and, you know, all the other stuff. Ice cream, who knows, right? Who knows what's going to happen? I mean, I haven't had ice cream in a while, but, you know, something, it's not going to be good. It's not going to be what I want. I had one banana. I was totally okay. I was totally okay because I satiated myself. I satisfied myself. And so that's basically my list for 2026, the 3 things off of Amazon. And so this basically makes it so that you have no excuse not to eat healthy. You're always prepared and stocked with food. You don't have to cook. You don't have to clean. Maybe a little bit with the olive oil and like for the bowls and cups and stuff, but you don't have to do much. It makes your life really easy. Whey, just throw it in the thing. It makes your life incredibly easy. Oh my God, you know, people don't know how to cook. They don't know how to cook and they don't have time for it either. You don't want to go to Chipotle and be like, oh, I'm eating healthy, and then, you know, okay, I'm gonna order rice, meat, and some veggies, and then they're gonna fry it up in not olive oil, they're gonna fry it up in vegetable oil for you, and then you're gonna be inflamed. You're gonna gain more weight. You're not gonna understand why. You know, convenience, practicality. You need like routine and schedule and everything, or else the weight is never gonna come off. Like, so that's why those 3 things are so important. And then of course your mainstay meal, you know, have everything cooked and ready in your fridge, stocked for like a week, 2 weeks, you know, depending on what it is, of course, you know, but always be prepared. And so that's how I like to lose weight in 2026. Thank you for watching.